I somehow make up to $70,000 a month from probably the worst business idea in the history of the world. It never should have worked. It's called K-Bud. It's a Canadian lifestyle clothing brand based on the slang here, like K-Bud. There are a million technical things wrong with it. Like, it's got a pronunciation barrier cooked right into the name. It's got pretty shitty photography and videos everywhere you look on social media, but somehow we've crushed it. The only reason that this business idea worked is because I'm slightly autistic and I quietly baked psychological triggers into every part of it. Herd behavior, social proof, conformity, all of these psychological triggers that if you spare me 10 to 15 minutes of your time, I'm going to show you how you can turn literally any business idea into $70,000 a month in sales. Let's get started. Which of these two photos I'm showing you right now do you think are best to post for your brand? If you went with the photo on the left, you were absolutely right because you were tapping into something known as social proof. Photos with many people in it using or wearing your products are going to create a bigger and stronger impression than photos with one person in it. What about these next two photos that I'm sharing with you? What do you notice that's very different about it? Well, straight up, this might ruffle some feathers, but the one with the attractive girl in it is going to do much better than the one with the dude in it. This is because having really pretty girls in your photos raise your social value no matter what status they are, and for men, they need to be of a certain status. I don't know how woke you are necessarily or if that's going to upset you, but that's just the truth. Let's keep going here to illustrate this point even further. Of these two photos, which one do you think is best to share on our social media and to post on our website? If you went with the one on the left, you were absolutely right because it is a famous person that is relevant within our niche of small town Canada. Everybody in small town Canada would know who that is versus the other person, nobody would really know who that is, and so it's lower value. What I was showing you here is how tiny signals shape big decisions. And a lot of this goes completely over the head of a lot of the people that you're trying to sell to, but on a subtle, deep, subconscious level, it's clicking for them and it's creating either a perception and feeling of trust or distrust within your brand. People use other people as a proxy for information and truth. And this word proxy is key. What the word proxy means here is that rather than having to suss out the company, meet the owner, understand every little detail of the business before trusting them to buy, what most people do instead to shortcut this process is they look to other people, they see what other people are doing, how many other people are on board, and if other people are trusting them, and they use that as a proxy for if they should trust the company themselves or if they should find it cool and buy from them. Please understand that what you're watching right now is information that you do not find elsewhere. And what I'm sharing with you is exactly how I turned the world's worst business idea, literally the worst business idea ever, into a business that was doing up to $70,000 a month, $500,000 a year in sales for this stupid brand called K-Bud that had no sales for the first 6 months because no one had worn it and it just looked like a dumb, stupid brand. But through implementing all these little things, this is where we built value and perceived value and made it popular. This phenomenon of how people use people for proxies of truth is the exact reason why Joe Rogan can talk about some conspiracy theory on his podcast and all of a sudden everybody's conspiracy theorists and they believe that aliens are coming and all of this stuff. It's because, oh, it was on Joe Rogan, it must be true. If he believes it and all these other people are into it, it's this herd behavior where everybody just jumps on board and nobody's thinking for themselves. This is why social proof is known as the invisible hand of human behavior. So much more than what we realize is being governed by our evolutionary desire to fit in and copy others because it increased survival. In a natural setting, copying others was a great way to shortcut having to learn these things and figure them out all on your own. And at the same time, fitting in makes you stand out less, which puts less of a target on your back. This is why being a true leader is terrifying for most people. Truly doing what you really want to do, being fully who you are without holding back, is scary, is because doing that will likely be extremely authentic and different and feel different, and it will cause a lot of eyeballs and attention to be put on you. Getting attention can be great if you have a great product you're trying to sell or if you're trying to be a true leader, but it can also be bad because you're getting attention on you from potentially unwanted people who are going to view you as a target, whereas fitting in allows you to live more covertly within a tribe. For example, when I started up K-Bud, that was a very bold pursuit that I was doing publicly, and I got a lot of attention from my friends and family in ways that I wasn't really expecting, just people looking at me weird, thinking it was kind of dumb, judging you because you're really putting your neck out there and you're trying to do something that's true to you. But as people started to get on board and photos started coming up of orders going out and the company's actually cool because now celebrities are wearing it and all these things, all of a sudden everybody starts to come on board and join in. But first, on this topic of social proof, so many people that I know, millions of users every single day, are using the sponsor of this channel, design.com. But for real, if you need designs made for whatever project that you're working on, go to design.com/apparel success. There's going to be a huge discount for you. Type in whatever your sick ideas for design, hit enter. Thousands of design ideas are going to come up. You don't have to like them all. Just click on the one that you like. You can edit and refine it as long as you want for free until it's perfect. If you're interested, just go to design.com/apparel success and you'll get up to 88% off at checkout. Okay, so for those of you who haven't clicked off yet, this shit is insane, all right? Like, you are so insanely lucky to be learning this right now, because it's basically what's made me all my money. The most specific, important concept that I'm going to share with you right now that's literally going to not only blow your mind, but allow you to get better results right away, like if you apply this today, is to seed the illusion of traction. If you're starting up your brand or your business, whatever it is, it's likely that you don't have anything that's signaling outwardly to the world that you already have traction, that you already have people on board. And the perception of popularity often creates actual popularity. I'll say that again. The perception of popularity often creates actual popularity. Seeding the illusion of traction is where you do everything within your power to create the perception that your brand is already thriving, that you already have customers, that you're already crushing it, because this creates a positive feedback loop that will spiral in an upward direction for you, versus where you're just posting to no one's seeing it. Every time somebody checks out your brand or your website, it just looks like no one's on board, like you don't have anything going for you, and it just crushes the perception of your business. A really easy way to think about this is, rather than thinking, oh, I want to convey that this is a good idea to my audience, think, I want to convey that everybody is doing this to my audience, or everybody's on board and everybody's already in on this. And obviously it's great to also convey that you have a good idea, but if you can do both at the same time, you're going to smash. The best ways to seed the illusion of traction are to either have multiple people wearing or using your product inside of photos or on your website or inside of videos. And you can do this even without customers, because you can just leverage your own network, get your friends together. I've done this multiple times for K-Bud, done big photo shoots just with groups of friends. For most brands, using pretty girls or attractive girls inside of your photos is going to amplify the value of your brand and create more trust, because generally speaking, it's hard to get in touch with and network with beautiful or attractive girls. The third way that you can work your way up to is by getting celebrities or influencers or higher status people to support your brand and to get pictures of them wearing it. If you can achieve that, it's absolutely massive for you. The fourth way is by building up a following, by being consistent and just stoking that fire, by putting in the work to build up a following. The higher number of people that support you, the less number of people will question it. And on top of all this, please God, understand this. All of this social proof, herd behavior, conformity only works if there's some substance there underneath it within your business. Your brand has to be aligned with the target audience, and you have to be creating products that people would like on their own. But if you add this to it, it's going to be like throwing gasoline on the fire, and everything's going to finally start truly working for you. This is why Nike has 3 separate billion-dollar contracts with Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan, and LeBron James, is because their social proof, their level of status, gives their brand a certain level of influence and trust and credibility. Just honestly, check out the K-Bud Apparel Instagram account. Scroll through it. The deeper that you go back closer to like 2020, the more you're going to see all of these photos and everything that I was doing to put all of this in place intentionally to build a perception of the brand that allowed everything to snowball, where when we were showing ads to people, when we were making posts, people were buying with ease. It removed all of the friction, and that's what you're going to do for your brand, and you're going to absolutely kill it. All of this is about designing your brand, designing your products to look socially validated. As a thought experiment, imagine right now if whatever businesses you have was supported by all of the most famous people in the world. Every single one of them, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, even though they're in beef, All of these guys are supporting your brand. They don't even need to post pictures of them wearing it, but if you just had those photos on your website, on your social media, every single big person in the world, think about how big it would get and how quickly that would increase the value of your brand. This is exactly how Beats by Dre grew, by the way. Jimmy Iovine, who's the CEO of Beats by Dre, is like a genius at this. He basically took the Beats by Dre headphones and put them on every single musician in the world working in the studio and had photos of them everywhere on social media, and that's why Beats by Dre took off. Not to mention the fact that Dr. Dre's name is cooked into that brand just increases the social proof and gives it everything that it needs to be successful. Before you go anywhere, I need to hear your thoughts on all of this in the comments below. All of this stuff to me is absolutely mind-blowing, and I'm going to be making even deeper, even better content on all of this moving forward. I need to hear your thoughts. Drop a like if you got value out of it, and join the mastermind if you want to work closer with me. There's a link in the description below. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.